of North Central. 5'11" senior, number 2, Kevin Gillespie. 6'4" sophomore, number 24, Vince Kamick. 6'6" junior, number 30, Aaron Tickness. 6'6" junior, number 34, Derek Raridan. And 6'6" sophomore, number 52, Landon Gamble. The Cardinals are coached by Todd Raridan and enter tonight's game with an overall record of 13-6. And now the starting lineup for your Elmhurst College Blue Jays. 5'11" junior, number 1, Deontay Foster. 6'3" junior, number 5, James Robertson. 6'6" senior, number 23, Jerome Robinson. 6'3" senior, number 24, Zach Boyd. And 6'4" sophomore, number 25, Nick Sanford. The Blue Jays are coached by Mark Scheer, assisted by Chris Martin and Nick Michael. Elmhurst enters tonight's contest with an overall record of 10-9.
And we welcome you to BlueJayTV.com. You heard the PA announcer Bruce Hill introduce the starting lineups for both teams. I'm Mark Kruger. Thank you for tuning in. The 3 officials for tonight's game: Lamar Simpson, Rick O'Neill, and Bill Jacobson. About ready to go. North Central coming out in their traveling red jerseys, and the Blue Jays in their home whites, navy blue numbers. Starting 5 for Coach Todd Raridan and the Cardinals: Kevin Gillespie, Vince Quebec, Aaron Tickness, Derek Raridan, and Landon Gamble. This is a ball club, this North Central team, 7-1 and on top of the CCIW. Meanwhile, the Elmhurst College Blue Jays 4-4 in conference play. The Blue Jays 10-9 overall. Meanwhile, the Cardinals 13-6 overall. The starting 5 for Mark Scheer's Blue Jays: Deontay Foster, James Robertson, Jerome Robinson, Zach Boyd, and Nick Sanford. The second meeting between these two teams. First meeting was held back on January 10th at Gregory Arena in Naperville, and the Cardinals winning that ball game 70-56. All 5 Cardinals starters finished in double figures in that ball game. Nick Sanford had a game-high 18 points for the Cardinals. And we are ready to go. Tip controlled by the Blue Jays, and we are glad to have you logged on to BlueJayTV.com. Mark Kruger, delighted to bring you all the action here. The Blue Jays and the Cardinals live from R.A. Fagnall Hall here in Elmhurst. Here's Foster with the bounce pass to Robertson. Back up top to Foster. 13 on the shot clock. Popping out top is Sanford. Zach Boyd takes a peek at the clock. Boyd with a spin move, and he kicked it, and it's going to be out of bounds, and it should be Cardinal basketball, and it is. 1 possession, 1 turnover for the Blue Jays. Mentioned the Cardinals have won 9 of their last 10. Their only loss in that stretch coming to the Wheaton Thunder on January 14th in Wheaton, losing in double overtime, 66-64. Cardinals working around. This is Kamek up top. Over here to Raridan. Raridan, Todd Raridan's son, very good shooter. Cardinals turn the ball over into the hands of Zach Boyd. Boyd into the front court here for the Blue Jays. We played a minute, no score. Boyd, the pull-up 12-footer, no good, and the rebound comes away by Landon Gamble of the Cardinals. Here's Raridan. Zach Boyd all over him defensively. Raridan with a nice bounce pass inside to Tickness, shot no good. Offensive rebound, left-handed shot, no. Gamble battling for the rebound. Finally coming away with it is Jerome Robinson of the Blue Jays. Foster working around a screen, and he loses it. Cardinals have 2-on-2. 3-ball taken by Gillespie, and it's no good. And the ball goes out of bounds to the Cardinals. So both teams a little shaky offensively here as we played a minute and a half of the game. Mentioned the Cardinals on top of the CCIW at 7-1. Couple teams right behind them. Illinois Wesleyan and Wheaton both 6-2 in the CCIW. Up top, this is Kamek getting it inside and the layup by Landon Gamble. Gamble gives the Cardinals the early lead here, 2-0. Gamble, the leading scorer on this Cardinal team, averaging just about 15 points per game. A sophomore out of Lockport Township. Here's Zach Boyd on the block, backing it out. Sanford drives off the glass a little too hard. Put back no by Robinson. Sanford gets it to go, and we're tied at 2. Nick Sanford, as I mentioned, had a 18-point effort the last time these two teams met. Both teams coming off of wins on Saturday. North Central knocking off Carthage up in Kenosha in overtime, 77-74. And meanwhile, the Blue Jays of Elmhurst knocking off North Park on Saturday in Chicago. Ball is loose, picking up by Foster. Blue Jays have the numbers, 3-on-2. Foster with a spin move, throws it up, but a traveling violation called on Deontay. Elmhurst knocking off North Park on Saturday, 68-58. Zach Boyd had a nice game, 15 points to lead the Blue Jays. You see the score there, 2 apiece. Just about 3 minutes have gone by here in this one. And Raritan gets fouled by Zach Boyd. Boyd's first and the team's first. Other action tonight in the conference. Wheaton is at Milliken. Illinois Wesleyan is at Augustana. And Carthage in Chicago taking on the North Park Vikings. Bounce pass inside to Gamble. They kick it out to Gillespie. Back inside. Good ball movement. 3-ball is good by Derek Raritan. And it's 5-2 Cardinals. Raritan, an excellent shooter, averaging just over 13 points per game. Went to Neuqua Valley in Naperville. Todd Sutton, fine coach over there at Neuqua. Foul on Landon Gamble. That is his first and the team's first. So both teams with one personal foul here. And another foul down on the block. And if this one's on Gamble, this would be 2 quick fouls, and it is. So Landon Gamble, 2 quick fouls here, and the 6'6" sophomore is going to have to take a seat here at the 16:29 mark. Coming in, Charlie Rosenberg for the Cardinals. Rosenberg is a sophomore out of Fremd. Skip pass over to the far side to Robertson. And the inside move, nicely done by Jerome Robinson. And it's 5-4 in favor of the Cardinals. Here's Raritan, guarded by Boyd. Raritan, backdoor to Gillespie, and the Cardinals lose it. So North Central a little shaky here offensively to start the ball game. Deontay Foster into the front court. Foster tried to bounce pass it inside to Sanford. It was knocked away by the Cardinals. The last 2 games between the Cardinals and the Blue Jays here at R.A. Fagnall Hall have been close. The 2 games decided by a total of just 5 points. As we've got an offensive foul called here. Jerome Robinson, guilty of the foul. That's his first. North Central won 68-64 here last year. And then 2 years ago, you may recall Brian Evans with a game-winning layup with 2 seconds left to give the Cardinals the 1-point win, 72-71. So the two teams play tight here at R.A. Fagin Hall, at least the last couple games. Cardinals with the ball and the 1-point lead here. This is Kamek. Kamek dribbling, kicks it out. 13 on the shot clock. Raritan up top to Tickness. Tickness working around the screen. Back up top, this is Kamek. His 3 is good. A trifecta by Vince Kamek. And it's 8-4 in favor of the Cardinals. 5 minutes have gone by here in this first half. Appreciate you logging on. BlueJayTV.com. Mark Kruger delighted to bring you all the action here. Blue Jays and the Cardinals. Up top, here's Sanford. Sanford makes the move, and an offensive foul is going to be called on Nick Sanford, his first, and it's the 3rd team foul. Into the game for the Blue Jays, Eric Dornfeld, a 6'7 junior out of Plainfield Central. And into the game for the Cardinals, number 11, C.J. Goldthry. C.J. is quite a spark off the bench for Coach Raritan, a sophomore at a Belleville East. Elmhurst, throughout the season, averaging 66 points per game, as that shot is no good. Rebound into the hands of Sanford. Meanwhile, North Central averaging 71 points per game. Drive and the kick out. This is Robertson, and he buries the 3. And it's 8-7 Cardinals. Blue Jays trailing by 1 here. And a turnover. Dornfeld comes away with it for the Blue Jays. Gives it off to Robertson. Zach Boyd thought about the 3. Robertson drives, kicks it out. This is Grubel, and he buries the 3 ball. Brandon Grubel, the sharpshooting guard, comes off the bench and contributing right away. And the Blue Jays with the lead here, 10-8. Blue Jays getting into a little bit of a rhythm here offensively as the drive by Raritan. He gets fouled, and Derek will come to the line here to shoot 2. The foul is going to be on James Robertson, his first. And Derek Raritan is not the guy you want at the free throw line. A 91% free throw shooter on the year is Derek Raritan. So Derek with a chance to tie the ball game up here with a couple of free throws. First one is nothing but net. A couple of substitutions here for the Blue Jays. Justin Phipps into the game along with Michael Jerkovic. Justin, a 6'5 sophomore out of Lyons Township. And Jerkovic is a freshman out of Revis. So Raritan makes the 2 free throws, and we are deadlocked at 10. Light pressure by the Cardinals here. Cardinals get it across the timeline. Here's Deontay Foster. He fires up the trifecta, and he drills it. Deontay Foster, the 3rd Blue Jay to hit from downtown, and it's 13-10. Blue Jays shooting very well here in the early going. That ball is knocked out of bounds. It will go to the Blue Jays. Another turnover for the Cardinals. And back into the game is Vince Kamek for Coach Todd Raritan. Aaron Tickness will have a breather here. 13:09 remaining in this first half. Coming to you live from R.A. Fagin Hall at the campus of Elmhurst College. CCIW battle. North Central back in the zone, and a guy that can disrupt that zone was Brandon Grubel, but he misses the 3. But a foul is going to be called here on North Central on the rebound. C.J. Goldthry guilty of the personal foul. C.J.'s first and the team's 3rd. Get it in to Foster. Crosses the timeline. Fresh 35-second Shot clock for the Blue Jays here. 12:45 remaining in the first half. Popping up top, here's Phipps. Phipps looking for an outlet. Now popping up top is Dornfeld. Here's Foster. Foster guarded by Gillespie. Jerkovic up top. Here's Phipps holding. They're sagging off of Justin. They're giving him that 17, 18-foot jump shot. Grubel drives, loses the ball, but he gets fouled by North Central, so Grubel should come to the line here to shoot two. It looked like Vince Kamek guilty of the personal foul. It is his first. So that'll bring Brandon Grubel to the free throw line. A good free throw shooter here for the Blue Jays. He'll shoot two. First free throw, nothing but net. Grubel, a freshman. Out of Valparaiso, Indiana. Went to Morgan Township High School, 6'2". Averaging a little over 5 points per game. Has done a nice job coming off the bench. 1 of 2 there for Grubel. 3-ball, no good, but an offensive rebound and an easy putback there by Charlie Rosenberg. Rosenberg's a big guy, 6'5", 230-pounder. And it's a 2-point Blue Jay lead here, 14-12. Foster working around to the right side now. Grubel double teamed, and taking it away is Goldthree. Goldthree quickly ahead to Raritan, who tracks it down, slipped a little bit, and he loses it to Grubel. Jerkovic in the front court. And stripped nicely by Rosenberg. Dornfeld had it on the block, but Rosenberg with a beautiful strip. And answering at the other end is C.J. Goldthree as he makes the bucket in transition. And a 30-second timeout taken here by Mark Scher and the Blue Jays. And we are tied at 14 with 11:24 left to go here in this first half. You're watching BlueJayTV.com. We thank you so much for logging on as you take a look at Mark Scher, the head coach right there in the middle. Defensively on the season, the Cardinals have allowed 63 points per game. The Blue Jays, 65 points per game. Here at R.A. Fagenal Hall, the Blue Jays are 5-4. Away from Gregory Arena, the Cardinals 4-6. But North Central, very impressive at Gregory Arena. They're a perfect 9-0 on the year at Gregory Arena. Grubel in the left corner coming out of it after that 30-second timeout, and a foul called here by Landon Gamble, and that is his third. So 3 fouls on Landon Gamble. Quickly, Charlie Rosenberg has to come in, and Gamble is going to undoubtedly sit the rest of this first half. 11 minutes and 12 seconds to go. Boy, that's good news for Blue Jay fans. See if they can take advantage of that down low. Here's Grubel. Sanford, one dribble, now gives it up to Foster. Grubel up at the top of the key, and reaching in the near steal, and it is. Here's Goldthree on the open floor. Goldthree kind of forced it, and it is an offensive foul. CJ puts up his palms of his hands as if to say, you got to be kidding me. But I thought it was a good call. Offensive foul on Goldthree. That's his second. And Zach Boyd comes into the game for the Blue Jays as he replaces Michael Jerkovic. 6 team fouls for the Cardinals, 4 for the Blue Jays. Landon Gamble with 3 of those fouls. He's on the bench for the Cardinals. C.J. Goldthree has 2. Robinson picks up his dribble, popping up top. Sanford. And we got a whistle and an offensive foul away from the ball. This is going to be on Jerome Robinson. That's his second. And the team's 5th. So Jerome Robinson with 2 fouls for the Blue Jays. Raritan to Kamek. Goldthree, guarded by Grubel. Goldthree trying to break free. Beautiful spin move, and to the left hand, no good by Rosenberg, but a pretty move nonetheless. Grubel comes away with it. Here he is in the front court. Grubel taking it all the way. 12-foot jumper is good. Nice move there by Brandon Grubel. He's got 6 points off the bench. He's the game's leading scorer right now. Halfway through this first half, it's the Blue Jays by 2. Gold 3 will pull up from 17. No, but he gets it back in the corner as Grubel fell down. Gillespie with the bounce pass to Rosenberg. Rosenberg backing in, going to the left hand again, leaves it a little bit short. Sanford clears for the Blue Jays. Boy, Rosenberg with some pretty moves down on the block with the left hand. He just came up a little bit short on both of those shots. Sanford picks it up and lays it in with the left hand. Sanford's second field goal of the night, and that causes Todd Raridan to call a timeout. Full timeout taken here by the Cardinals of North Central with 9:29 remaining in the first half, and the Blue Jays lead by 4, 18-14. So the Blue Jays, after tonight, will have 2 more home games remaining here at R.A. Fagana Hall. They're both on Tuesday nights. 1 week from tonight, they'll be taking on the Big Blue of Millikan University, 7:30 tip-off, and then 2 weeks from tonight on Valentine's Day night, they'll be taking on the Carthage Redmen here at R.A. Fagana Hall. 7:30 tip-off on both of those games, so check that off on your calendar, and if you have an opportunity, come on out to R.A. Fagana Hall and watch the Blue Jays play. Last 2 home games again, both on Tuesdays. Tuesday, February 7th, Millikan, and then Tuesday, February 14th, Carthage College here at R.A. Fagana Hall. The Blue Jays will finish up the season February 18th in Bloomington against Illinois Wesleyan. That's a 7 o'clock tip-off. Again, the Blue Jays 4-4 in the CCIW. The Cardinals on top of the conference at 7-1. So the Blue Jays trying to play perhaps the role of a spoiler a little bit here, trying to give the Cardinals their second loss of the conference. As I mentioned earlier, their lone loss coming to the Wheaton Thunder in overtime a couple of weeks ago. Kamek dribbling up top, guarded by Zach Boyd. Boyd reaches in, pokes it away, but Ryan Broyles, number 40, into the game for the Cardinals, came up with it. 8 on the shot clock. Tickness picks up his dribble, skip pass, dangerous pass into the hands of Gillespie. He fires up the one from downtown, it's no good. And Sanford with the rebound for the Blue Jays. Good defensive effort there by the Blue Jays. Boyd with the bounce pass into Sanford. Sanford goes to the glass. That's a tough angle. Rebound taken down by Broyles. Here's Gillespie in the front court, guarded by Foster. Raridan. Zach Boyd gets the assignment to guard him. Pretty good entry pass into Broyles, and he gathers himself and puts it in off the glass. Ryan Broyles with his first 2 points of the game. It's a 2-point Blue Jay lead here. 18-16 as we approach the 8-minute mark of this first half. Foster up to Zach Boyd. Sanford inside. Dornfeld. No, he gets it back. Second effort, and he gets fouled. Looked like Ryan Broyles guilty of the foul. It is indeed on Broyles. That's his first. So Eric Dornfeld will come to the line here to shoot 2. First trip to the free throw line for Eric tonight. Eric has done a nice job off the bench here for Coach Mark Scher this season as he hits the first free throw, his first point of the game. Phipps back into the game along with Grubel as Sanford and Foster will take a breather here at the 7:53 mark. Dornfeld's second free throw hits the back iron, no good, and a rebound taken down by Kamek. It's a 3-point Blue Jay lead here, 19-16. Tickness back to Gillespie. Grubel on Gillespie. Inside, this is Broyles. His 10-footer is good. Ryan Broyles contributing off the bench for Coach Raridan, and he brings the Cardinals to within 1. Here's Zach Boyd. Boyd, the leading scorer Saturday against North Park, has yet to score here. He's got the ball right now. Up top, Dornfeld. 15 on the shot clock. Robertson thought about the three. Shot by Grubel is good. 8 points for Brandon Grubel off the bench, and he's the game's leading scorer. Blue Jays back up by 3, 21-18. Good effort tonight by Brandon Grubel. Gillespie with a beautiful bounce pass inside, and the layup by Aaron Tickness. Give the assist to Gillespie, and it's back to a 1-point Blue Jay lead. Well-played ball game here so far here in this first half. Grubel working around a Phipps screen. Now Phipps, left baseline, had the 15-footer, drives. Kind of an off-balance shot. Good position by Ryan Broyles. And a foul is going to be called against Elmhurst. It looked like Phipps went over the back. It is a personal foul on Justin Phipps, his first. It's the team's 6th. Cardinals are over the foul limit. They have 17 fouls right now. 6:20 remaining here in this first half. Here's Raritan. Raritan goes to the glass a little too strong. Zach Boyd has done a nice job defensively on Raritan here tonight. Raritan with only 5 points, but he can light it up in a hurry. Under 6 minutes to go here in this first half. Robertson was open for a second for a three. Good ball movement inside to Phipps. Phipps double teamed immediately, and Raritan with the steal coming from the weak side. Here's Raritan in the front court. Tickness holding. It's knocked away by Phipps, and the reach in, and a foul is going to be called on Justin. And quickly, Phipps with 2 personal fouls here. And that's the 7th team foul for the Blue Jays. So Tickness will come to the line here to shoot 1 in the bonus. Aaron, a 67% free throw shooter on the year for the Cardinals. Tickness with a chance to give the Cardinals the lead. Aaron hits the first free throw. Into the game here for the Cardinals is Pat Rourke, a 6'3" sophomore out of DeKalb. To break the tie here, Tickness with 3 points so far on the night, looking for point number 4, and he does get it. Cardinals with the lead now, 22-21, and Mark Scher calls a timeout here for the Blue Jays. A full timeout taken for Mark Scher and the Blue Jays here. 5:34 remaining in this first half. We'll take a timeout as well and come back. You're watching Blue Jay basketball on BlueJayTV.com. And welcome back to R.A. Fagnall Hall in Elmhurst. 5:34 remaining here in this first half. Well-played first half. The Blue Jays hanging tough against the league-leading Cardinals of North Central. 22-21. Blue Jays with the ball here. 5.5 minutes remaining here in this first half. Deontay Foster back into the game. Sanford popping out now, dribbles off to the right. Grubel with the penetration. Tough off-balance shot. And the rebound taken down by Rourke of North Central. And it's knocked out of bounds by Zach Boyd. It will remain Cardinal basketball. So the Blue Jays have Foster, Boyd, Sanford, Grubel, and Robinson on the floor right now. Here's Rourke as the Blue Jays have fallen into a compact 2-3 zone here. Into the lane, kicking it out. Up top, Rourke with the open look at the three. Nope. Robinson, it was off of him, and it will remain Cardinal basketball here. They'll get a new 35-second shot clock. 4:42 left here in the first half. Derek Raridan will trigger the inbound here for the Cardinals. Here's Raridan, guarded by Grubel as he gets it inside to Tickness. And Aaron with the field goal, Aaron's second field goal. He's got 6. And it's a 3-point Cardinal lead now, 24-21. Here's Zach Boyd up top, giving it off to Foster. Sanford popping up. Here's Grubel. 12 on the shot clock. Blue Jays trying to get a good shot here. Foster kicks out. Zach Boyd will fire up the trifecta, and he will bury it. Zach Boyd with his first points of the game. It's a 3-ball, and he ties the game up at 24. Big bucket there by Zach Boyd. Blue Jays needed a bucket. 3:48 to go in the first half. We got a good one brewing here at R.A. Fagnall Hall. And it's knocked out of bounds. Good defense by Sanford. You are logged on to BlueJayTV.com. I'm Mark Kruger, delighted to bring you the action here. Gillespie back in for North Central, along with C.J. Goldthry. Cardinals co-conference champs a year ago. They want to win it outright this year. They've got the one-game lead, both on Illinois Wesleyan and Wheaton, heading into tonight's action. Good ball movement here by North Central. And the shot at the buzzer, at the shot clock. A little too late. It's a shot clock violation as Broyles tried to beat the shot clock. So turnover for the Cardinals, and now the Blue Jays with an opportunity to break this tie here. Foster up top, and it's knocked away into the backcourt, picked up by Grubel. Brandon veers off to the right. Popping up top is Robinson. Here's Zach Boyd. Robinson, the left-hander, and he will hit the 17-foot jumper. Jerome Robinson with 4. That breaks the tie. The Blue Jays back up by 2. 26-24. A Goldthry with a beautiful pass. And the layup to Ryan Broyles. Give the assist to Goldthry. Broyles with 6 off the bench for the Cardinals, and we're tied at 26. Boyd up at the free throw line is Sanford. Sanford makes the move, takes it all the way, and lays it in. Nick Sanford, beautifully done. Mentioned Nick with an 18-point effort the last time these two teams met. And remember, Landon Gamble is on the bench for the Cardinals with those 3 personal fouls. 2:08 remaining, and we got a whistle away from the ball here. A little bit of shoving and pushing. And the foul is going to be on Deontay Foster. That's his first, as James Robertson comes back into the game for the Blue Jays, along with Michael Eric Dornfeld. And a timeout taken here by Derek Raridan with 2:07 remaining here in this first half. It's well-played first half as both teams are over the foul limit. The Blue Jays with 18 fouls right now. The Cardinals with 7 team fouls. 2:07 remaining here in this first half. Your leading scorers For the Cardinals of North Central, Aaron Tickness has 6, along with Ryan Broyles. Derek Raridan has 5 for the Cardinals. As far as the Blue Jays of Elmhurst, well, Brandon Grubel coming off the bench. He's got a game-high 8 points tonight. Nick Sanford has 6. Jerome Robinson has 4. And a 3-ball each by Foster, Robertson, and Zach Boyd. And a free throw by Eric Dornfeld. That's where we're at right now here. 2:07 remaining. Mark Scher directing instructions for the Blue Jays, who have played well. They have coming out with a lot of energy here tonight against the league-leading Cardinals of North Central. And as I mentioned, North Central, they have a pretty tough non-conference competition this year. The Cardinals are 6-5 in non-conference competition, but really once the conference has started, the Cardinals have really hit their stride here, winning 9 of their last 10. I mentioned that lone loss coming January 14th at Wheaton, losing by 2 in double overtime to the Thunder. So to the line here, Derek Raridan, and he will be shooting 1 and the bonus. Hits the first free throw there. 6 points on the night for Derek, and a chance for him to tie the game up. Raridan is a perfect 4 for 4 from the foul line, and we're tied at 28. Just over 2 minutes to go here in this first half. Foster with a bounce pass to Dornfeld. Back to Foster. Foster directing traffic, now dribbles over here to the near side. Popping out is Boyd. Dornfeld loses it, but gets it back. 14 on the shot clock. Here's Foster dribbling to the far side to Dornfeld. Robertson gets it inside to Sanford. His shot partially blocked, and it's going to go to the Cardinals. Pretty good defensive stop that time by North Central. Minute and a half left to go here in this first half. Gillespie and Foster kick the ball. 28 seconds on the shot clock. Tickness gets it into Gillespie. Again, the Blue Jays still in that zone. And they know who the shooters are. It is definitely Raridan. Gillespie dribbles over here to the near side. Popping up, this is Broyles. They get it inside, and the layup by Tickness. Aaron has had a couple of easy layups tonight as they found a hole in that Blue Jays zone defense. Cardinals by 2, 30-28, under a minute remaining, first half. Robertson. Let's see if the Blue Jays can get him open for a 3. Instead, Foster gets picked. Gold 3, and a reach in by Foster, and it's going to go out of bounds to the Cardinals. Pretty good matchup right there between Foster and Gold 3. Two very quick guards battling it out. 42 on the game clock, 33 on the shot clock here for the Cardinals. This is Raridan. Back to Gillespie. Gold 3 will fire up the 3. Zach Boyd tips into the hands of Raridan. His shot is no good. Battle for the rebound. And it's blocked nicely by Sanford, but into the hands of Raridan. Game clock turned off. The shot clock is now at 17. But Broyles did a nice job on that offensive glass for the Cardinals, keeping it alive. Here's Gillespie holding on the near side, finding an open Broyles, and he lays it in. Ryan Broyles at the buzzer here, making the layup, and the Cardinals lead by 4 here at the intermission, 32-28 over the Blue Jays. And we'll take a timeout and come back to R.A. Fagenal Hall. We'll recap this first half action. You're watching Blue Jay basketball on BlueJayTV.com. And welcome back to RA Fag in the Hall. We are at halftime of this CCIW battle between the Cardinals and the Blue Jays. North Central on top here at the break by a score of 32-28. Mark Kruger, glad to have you with us and staying logged on to BlueJayTV.com. Along with our producer and director, Glenn Liljeberg and Phil Petrusik. Kevin Juday, the sports information director here at Elmhurst. Paul Crone, the director of athletics. Let's go over the first half statistics. Blue Jays shooting the ball very, very well. 55% from the floor in that first half. 11 of 20. The Blue Jays were 4 of 5 from behind the arc. North Central shooting the ball pretty well as well. 44%. The Cardinals were 12 of 27 from behind from the field. They were 2 of 6, I should say, from behind the arc. The Cardinals out rebounding the Blue Jays in that first half, 15-10. As far as turnovers, North Central with 7, the Blue Jays with 11. But a big number, points in the paint. North Central with 20 to Elmhurst 12. And then the other stat that kind of glared out at me was points off of turnovers. North Central with 14 points off of Elmhurst turnovers, and the Blue Jays with only 4 points off of Cardinal turnovers. Cardinals enjoying their biggest lead of the game. Blue Jays led by 4 as well in that first half. So as we get set for second half action, Coach Mark Scher will bring out his starting 5. Foster, Robertson, Robinson, Boyd, and Sanford. And Coach Todd Raridan will also have his starters out there: Gillespie, Kamek, Tickness, Raridan, and Gamble. Remember, Landon Gamble spending most of that first half on the bench in foul trouble, so he starts the second half. We'll see if the Blue Jays can possibly get him to pick up his 4th foul here. Shot no good by Tickness, but the putback is good by Landon Gamble. Gamble with 4. He's the Cardinals' leading scorer, averaging just about 15 a game. And a blocking foul is going to be called here. Foul is going to be called on Aaron Tickness as he tried to get position, but he was just a little bit too late as he picks up the foul. Cardinals enjoying their biggest lead of the game. It's at 6 right now, 34-28. Foster wide open for the 3, and he drills it. Deontay Foster with 6. 2 field goals, both from downtown for Deontay. Tickness, cross-court pass into the hands of Gamble. Here's a 3 ball, and it's good by Vince Kamek. Cardinals, boy, any one of these Cardinal starters, if you leave open, they will bury it. Mentioned the last time these two teams met, the starting 5 for the Cardinals each had double figures. And there's a traveling violation on Robertson. Blue Jays turn the ball over here, 37-31. Cardinals by 6. Into the game here quickly is Brandon Grubel, who had that good first half. He had 8 first half points for the Blue Jays. Nick Sanford had 6 in that first half. 2 leading scorers for the Cardinals in that first half, Tickness and Broyles, each with 8. Raridan had 7. Tickness loses it into the hands of Grubel. And now it's finally into the hands of Foster. So the Cardinals turn the ball over. See if the Blue Jays can capitalize on it. Sanford holding up top, makes the move on Gamble, and he gets the roll. Sanford realizing that Landon Gamble has those 3 fouls, took it strong to the hoop, and Sanford has 8, brings the Blue Jays to within 4. Raridan on the drive, no weak side help at all, and Raridan with the layup. 9 for Derek. 39-33, Cardinals by 6. Shot by Robinson, left baseline. Nope, but Zach Boyd gets the rebound. The lean-in shot is good. Zach Boyd now with 5, and they're really going to need him offensively here in the second half for the Blue Jays. 4-point game, 39-35, and we're going to have a foul called here. This is going to be on Sanford, and Tickness exchanging a few pleasantries, if you will. Sanford, by the way, with his second personal foul, the team's first of the half. 17-20 remaining here in the ball game. Opening moments of the second half. Foster and the steal. Oh, they're going to call an intentional foul on Derek Raridan. Wow. And Raridan can't believe it. He looks over at his dad. His dad can't believe it either. So Deontay Foster is going to have 2 shots, and then the Blue Jays will get the ball out of bounds. And Coach Raridan is saying he didn't grab him. He just swatted at the ball. But he came from behind, and I think that's what made the officials make the intentional call there. Oh, Foster hits the front of the rim, no good. Second free throw coming up for Deontay. Foster with 6 points on the night. Second free throw is also way short. So the Blue Jays do not capitalize on that intentional foul by Raridan. At least on the free throw line they didn't capitalize. We'll see if they can get a bucket here. Here's Zach Boyd holding on the far side, popping up top. Foster makes the drive. He'll pull up from 12, back iron, no. Gillespie with the rebound for North Central. So the Blue Jays, after all that, don't come away with a point. Tickness gives it up to Raridan here on the near side, guarded by Zach Boyd. Bounce pass into Gamble. Gamble makes the move, and it's tracked down by Robinson. Good defense that time by Jerome. Grubel runs into his own player and kicks it back out to Zach Boyd. Here's Sanford at the top of the key. Foster. Grubel, and we've got an offensive foul called on Jerome Robinson. Things are starting to get a little heated down on the block. That's 3 fouls on Robinson. Deontay Foster sits down along with Jerome Robinson. Justin Phipps into the game. James Robertson is back in for the Blue Jays. Tickness up top. Here's Raridan. And again, Zach Boyd all over Raridan defensively, turning the ball over into the hands of Robertson. Robertson working around a Phipps screen. Grubel will fire up from downtown. Nope, but there's Sanford. He leans in. No, put back again. A third time is no good. And we're going to have a whistle and a foul against Elmhurst. Justin Phipps with the foul. That's his third. So a couple of Blue Jays here in foul trouble. Justin Phipps with 3. Jerome Robinson on the bench for Coach Scher with 3 fouls as well. Boy, that was a golden opportunity for the Blue Jays. They had some easy bucket opportunities, couldn't finish. Steal by Grubel. 39-35. Oh, that's near steal by Gillespie. Good hands that time defensively by Kevin. And Robinson back into the game, replacing Phipps. I'll check that. He's going to go in for Sanford. So Robinson and Phipps are both on the floor, and they each have 3 fouls for Elmhurst. Gamble on the floor as well for the Cardinals. He has 3 fouls. Robertson passed up on the 3, stepped in to take the 2. Couldn't get the roll. Rebound to Gamble. Boy, James Robertson is just not pulling the trigger behind that 3-point stripe. That's a couple times where he's hesitated, and Gamble throws the ball out of bounds. Boy, North Central giving the Blue Jays opportunities here to put some points on the board. Coming up on the 15-minute mark of this second half, Blue Jays with the ball in their home white, the Cardinals in their traveling red jerseys. Grubel, double team, gives it off to Robinson. Left corner baseline shot is good. Jerome Robinson with 6, and the Blue Jays are within 2. 39-37. Gillespie guarded by Grubel. Raritan goes by Boyd. The lean-in shot by Raritan is good. Well, once Raritan beat Boyd, he had an easy path to the bucket, and he put it in off the glass nicely. Raritan in double figures now with 11. Robertson giving it up to Robinson. Robinson fires up the 3. It's no good. 41-37, Cardinals by 4. Gillespie leaves it for Tickness. This is Kamek holding. Kamek inside to Gamble. Gamble going to work. Gamble goes to the right hand. He's a lefty. Left it short, but a foul is going to be called on Elmhurst. And this is on Justin Phipps, and that is his 4th. So 4 fouls on Justin Phipps, and Coach Scher remaining, keeping Phipps into the game. They need a wide body down low, apparently, as the Blue Jays are into a zone now to try to protect Phipps a little bit. Don't forget, Robinson has 3 fouls as well. Inside to Gamble, interior pass Tickness. Kick it out to Kamek, his 3-ball, back iron, no. And it's Goldthry getting an offensive rebound. Here's Gamble and an offensive foul on Gamble, and that's his 4th. Nice job defensively by James Robertson to hold his ground. That is a big foul against the Cardinals. So Gamble is going to have to sit down here. 13:41 remaining. Cardinals by 4. 41-37. Robertson holding. Now here's Phipps. Nice bounce pass to the left hand. Robinson. Good assist by Phipps at the top of the key. A little high-low action by the Blue Jays, and it's a 2-point game. 41-39. Rosenberg into the game now. He replaced Gamble. For North Central. Here's Kamek. Gillespie holding up top. Blue Jays looking for the upset here at home. Goldthry, no, but a foul. Wow, if this is on Jerome Robinson, and it is, that is his 4th. Wow. So the Blue Jays with Phipps and Robinson, each with 4 fouls. Goldthry will come to the line here. He'll shoot 2. Sanford is at the scorer's table. As Goldthry hits the free throw, he's going to come in for either Phipps or Robinson. It's going to be Robinson. So you've got Phipps, Sanford, Grubel, Robertson, and Foster out there for the Blue Jays as Goldthry hits the 2 free throws, and it's back up to a 4-point lead for North Central. Cardinals led at the intermission, 32-28. And the Blue Jays turn the ball over here to North Central. Blue Jay coaching staff saying, calm down, calm down. Gillespie in the front court picks up his dribble. Loses it, gets it back, dives on the floor, and a whistle, and they're going to hit Brandon Grubel with a personal foul, but you have to like the effort as he's diving on the floor trying to get a held ball. But Brandon instead picks up a personal foul, his first. It's the 6th team foul already. 12:40 remaining as the ball boy comes out to dry up some moisture on the court. Nicely done by that young man. North Central with only 3 team fouls. And the Blue Jays with 6. That could be a factor down the stretch as North Central is an outstanding free throw shooting team. They've got a couple of guys that shoot over 90% from the foul line. Here's Gold 3. This is Gillespie. Bounce pass to Tickness. Tickness makes the move, and he tried to pound it off of Phipps' leg, and he was successful. Went off the leg of Phipps. It will remain Cardinal basketball here. 15 on the shot clock. 12:20 on the game clock. Kamek fires up the three, and he drills it. Vince Kamek with his third three ball. 9 points for Kamek. It's a 7-point Cardinal lead, 46-39. Zach Boyd getting ready to check in for the Blue Jays. Foster having trouble holding onto the ball, and a timeout, 30-second timeout taken by Coach Mark Scher as he realizes that this is a pretty important offensive possession. Even though there's still nearly 12 minutes to go, the way this one is shaping up, it's been a close one throughout. But that three ball by Vince Kamek has given the Cardinals a 7-point lead, and that's the biggest lead of the game for North Central. So Mark Scher calling a 30-second timeout, trying to get a good offensive set here. Now the Blue Jays have played hard. Came out with a lot of energy tonight, which they needed to do against this North Central team. And we'll see if they have enough energy to finish the game and perhaps come away with a victory here tonight at home. Blue Jays, as I mentioned before, 5-4 at R.A. Fagno Hall throughout the season. North Central 4-6 on the road this year. Phipps holding up top. 10 on the shot clock. Foster takes a peek at the clock. Here's Robertson in rhythm, and that's it. That's what James has to do. He didn't hesitate that time. He just grabbed it and shot it, and that's his second from downtown as the Blue Jays are now within 4, 46-42, but now a foul is going to be called here. Oh, my, that's on Justin Phipps. It is, and Phipps has fouled out of the game. So Phipps didn't score tonight, but they needed him down on the block, and Coach Mark Scher leaving him in, and now he commits his 5th personal foul, so he leaves here with 11:35 remaining. And Charlie Rosenberg to the line, shooting one and the bonus for the Cardinals. A big, big foul there by Phipps. Rosenberg hits the free throw. North Central for the game, 9 of 10 from the foul line. Rebound pulled down by Sanford as Rosenberg makes good on 1 of 2. 47-42, Foster. Sanford at the top. And a whistle away from the ball. Well, they're calling a foul on Rosenberg. Charlie Rosenberg with a little bit of a push away from the ball. That's Charlie's first. It's the team's 4th. Fresh 35 shot clock for the Blue Jays. Foster will pull up from the elbow, leave it a little short. Rosenberg with the rebound. Boy, that's an uncontested 15-foot jumper. Coming up on the 11-minute mark of this one. Here's Tickness, guarded by Sanford. Gillespie at the top. Rosenberg, right baseline, makes the spin, loses it to Dornfeld. He may have slipped a little bit on the floor. Robertson with the bounce pass to Foster. Robertson, they're trying to get it into Sanford. Tickness is doing a pretty good job defensively on Sanford. Robertson. Sanford makes the move and a reach-in foul on Rosenberg. That'll be Charlie's second in about the last minute. Should be a shooting foul, and it is, and that'll bring Nick Sanford to the line for the first time tonight. Sanford has 8 points. Him, Grubel, and Robinson each with 8 points for the Blue Jays. 10:27 remaining. High arcing shot by Nick is short. He'll have one more. Back into the game for the Cardinals is Ryan Broyles, and he replaces Rosenberg. Broyles had a good first half. He had 8 points. In the first half for North Central. Second free throw coming by Sanford, and he connects, 1 of 2. Nick with 9 to lead the Blue Jays. Vince Komek with 9 to lead the Cardinals. But North Central leading on the scoreboard, 47-43. And a foul, a little too much body, Zach Boyd. And Zach Boyd not liking that call, his second. Zach Boyd a little beefier than Derek Raridan. But now the Blue Jays is over the foul limit. That's the team's 8th, so boy, that's almost just giving points away when this guy comes to the line. Raridan, perfect 4 for 4 tonight, and now he's a perfect 5 for 5. He's got a dozen. He's the game's high scorer, and as I mentioned earlier, a 91% free throw shooter on the year. Have to keep this guy off the foul line. Oh, he actually missed one, but offensive rebound by Tickness, and he brings it up to the top for Gillespie. Big offensive rebound that time. Raridan back to Gillespie. Gillespie skip pass over here to Goldthry. 15 on the shot clock. The drive, the lead in, kind of an off-balance shot by Broyles. Rebound taken down by Sanford. Blue Jays need a bucket here, trailing by 5. 9:45 remaining. Foster dribbles up to the top. Dornfeld, and an offensive foul. That's a good call. Eric Dornfeld just plowed over Aaron Tickness. Dornfeld's first. Back into the game for the Blue Jays is Brandon Grubel. And also Jerome Robinson with those 4 fouls. He checks back in. 48-43. Here's Raridan. Raridan will pull up from 15, nothing but net. Derek Raridan. 14 points on the night. He's the game's high scorer. And it's 50-43. As North Central slowly starting to pull away. Robinson giving it up to Foster. Here's Grubel. Grubel had an open look, passed it up to Foster. His shot is good, count it, and the foul. Count the bucket by Deontay Foster. The foul is on C.J. Goldthry, his 3rd. Wow. So an opportunity here for Foster to complete the 3-point play. And he does. Big 3-point play by Foster. He's got 9, and that brings the Blue Jays to within 4. 50-46. Just under 9 minutes remaining here in this ball game. You are logged on to BlueJayTV.com. Mark Kruger, delighted to bring you all the action. Blue Jay basketball. Tonight, the Blue Jays entertaining the league-leading Cardinals of North Central in a good one. Oh, a 3-ball is good by Derek Raridan. 17 on the night for Raridan. 10 of those 17 coming here in this second half. And a full timeout taken here by Mark Scher and the Blue Jays here. 8:19 remaining, 53-46. We'll take a timeout as well and come back to R.A. Fagnall Hall in just a moment. back to R.A. Fagino Hall. You see Coach Mark Scher calling out instructions to his Blue Jays, calling a timeout here after Derek Raridan burying a 3 to give the Cardinals a 7-point lead, 53-46. Just over 8 minutes to go here in the ballgame. Here's Sanford holding up top. Zach Boyd will fire up a 3. It goes in and out and back in again. Zach Boyd, he hit a clutch 3 in the first half, comes back and hitting another one from downtown here in the second half. That was big. It brings the Blue Jays to within 4. Raridan back to work at the other end. Zach Boyd fouling him. And that will bring Raridan to the line. You can just see North Central. They're going to Derek Raridan almost every trip down the floor now, and Zach Boyd picking up the foul. Zach has done a nice job defensively on Raridan tonight. Derek will have 2 shots, makes the first one. $18 points on the night for Derek Raridan. Make it 19. As he hits the 2 free throws, the lead back up to 6. 55-49. Foster making the move on Gold 3. Here's Grubel. Penetration and the kick out. Boyd leans in and a tough shot. Sanford is put back. Is short, but he is fouled. So Nick, who is a very good offensive rebounder, got fouled by Ryan Broyles, his second. And so to the line is Nick Sanford. Nick is 1 for 2 from the foul line tonight. And that's perfect for Nick. Sanford in double figures for the Blue Jays with 10. Zach Boyd is going to have a breather here at the 7:19 mark. Charlie Rosenberg comes in for North Central. Now the Blue Jays, despite Landon Gamble being in foul trouble and sitting on the bench for most of this game for the Cardinals, they still find themselves, and now with a free throw by Nick Sanford, still find themselves trailing by 4. Trailed by 4 at the break, and they trail by 4 now with 7:10 remaining in the ballgame. Try to get it inside to Raridan. It's knocked away and stolen by Robinson. Good defensive play by Jerome. Remember, he's playing with those 4 personal fouls. Foster for 3. Back iron, no. And it's Raridan getting the rebound for the Cardinals. That's a big miss. It's a good look, though, by Foster. Under 7 minutes remaining. Rosenberg gives it up to Raridan. Robertson on him defensively. Raridan missed. Tickness putback is a little bit short. Boy, the Blue Jays fortunate not to give up points there. Tickness had a 2-foot tip in, and he came up short a little bit. Sanford drives, leans in, counted in the bucket. Oh, Nick Sanford. $13 points now for Nick Sanford, looking to complete the 3-point play. Vince Kamek back in for North Central. For the Blue Jays, it's Eric Dornfeld. So Nick Sanford, if you recall, I mentioned earlier, the first meeting between these two clubs, Nick had 18 points to lead the Blue Jays. And now he has 14 on the night. He's the leading scorer for the Blue Jays again tonight. He brings Elmhurst to within 1. 55-54. Goal 3, pounded by Grubel. This is Rosenberg. Rosenberg drives right baseline, and it should be an offensive foul, and it is. Rosenberg just plowed over Nick Sanford. Good job by Nick holding his ground. Rosenberg's third. So back into the game now is Landon Gamble. He left at the 13:41 mark. The Cardinals were leading by 4 at that point. He returns here at the 6:06 mark with the Cardinals leading by 1. So we'll see if the Blue Jays take advantage and try to go right at Gamble with those 4 fouls. Here's Dornfeld, guarded by Gamble. Robertson inside to Dornfeld and can't get it to go. It looked like it slipped out of his hands just a little bit. Oh my, that would have given the Blue Jays a 1-point lead. Gillespie and a reach-in blocking foul on Deontay Foster, his second. And the Blue Jays with the 10th team foul now. It's double bonus time. Gillespie will shoot 2. And Gillespie is one of those guys that shoots very well from the foul line. He's a 91% free throw shooter. First time to the line tonight for Gillespie. And he hits. Gillespie, who has 5 older brothers, majoring in finance and economics. Hits the 2 free throws. His first 2 points of the game by Kevin Gillespie coming from the foul line. Lead is back up to 3 for North Central. 57-54, 5.5 remaining. Robertson bounce pass into Sanford. Sanford, a tough lead-in shot off the glass, a little too strong. Foster has it, will pull up from 8, you bet. Deontay Foster with the field goal brings the Blue Jays to within 1. 57-56. And it goes through the hands of Kamek. Cardinals turn the ball over. Now the Blue Jays with a chance to take the lead. Last couple trips down, they tried to pound it inside to Sanford, number 25. He has the ball at the top. Oh, nice backdoor. Robertson, it goes through his fingertips. Right idea. It was a tough pass, and James Robertson just couldn't handle it off his fingertips, and the Blue Jays turn the ball back over to the Cardinals. Under 5 minutes remaining. Reardon, he's guarded by Robertson. Makes the move. Short, and a blocking foul against the Blue Jays. That'll put Reardon back to the line. Nick Sanford with the foul. That's his 3rd. And again, this is going to be a 2-shot foul for Derek Reardon. He is 7 of 8 from the foul line tonight. Mentioned earlier, a 91% free throw shooter. 19 points on the night. He's the game's leading scorer, looking for point number 20, and he hits. Beautiful touch by Derek Reardon, the 6'6" junior. Second free throw is also perfect. 21 on the night for Derek Reardon. The lead is 3 for the Cardinals. Flaring out is Zach Boyd. Here's Sanford. Sanford dribbling down. Robinson now to Robertson. And they tried to bounce pass it into Sanford. It went off the hand of Nick Sanford, the official is saying. Oh my. Turnovers are going to be critical here now as we head to crunch time. 4:20 remaining here in regulation. Still a 1-possession game. North Central with the lead by 3. Reardon from about 23, yes. Wow, Derek Reardon now with 24. He just nonchalantly stepped up and fired a 3-ball and drilled it. And just like that, it's a 6-point game. 62-56. Under 4 minutes to go. No need to panic here for the Blue Jays. Just need a good shot here. 15 on the shot clock. Robinson. Zach Boyd with a huge offensive rebound. New shot clock for the Blue Jays. Here's Deontay Foster. Robertson inside. Robinson. Kind of an off-balance shot by Jerome. The putback is good. Zach Boyd coming up with another big bucket. And Zach in double figures with 10. It's a 4-point North Central lead. Coming up on the 3-minute mark. Raridan. His shot is good. 26 for Derek Raridan. The coach's son is on fire here in this second half. 17 of his game-high 24 points coming here in the second half. Cardinals back up by 6. Sanford makes the move and a reach-in on Kamek, but Vince guilty of the foul. That's his second. Both teams are in the double bonus as Nick Sanford going down now, as looks like it's his left leg here. I'm not sure if he's cramping up a little bit here, but the trainer coming out, you see, taking a look at Sanford. Boy, the Blue Jays can ill afford to have him miss the rest of this one, but you can see him looking at the left shin area. We certainly hope that Nick Sanford is going to be okay, but boy, the last couple minutes of this ball game, it has been Derek Raridan taking over for the Cardinals. 26 points for Derek Raridan, 19 of them coming here in this second half. 2:42 remaining here in this ball game. North Central leads 64-58. You are logged on to BlueJayTV.com. I'm Mark Kruger, along with Glenn Liljeberg and Phil Petrusik. We appreciate you logging on to BlueJayTV.com. The Blue Jays will be back in action this Saturday, February 4th. They'll be in Wheaton to take on the Thunder. That's an 8 o'clock tip-off this Saturday. And then they'll be back home here at R.A. Fagner Hall 1 week from tonight. Tuesday night, February 7th, against the Big Blue of Milliken. That's a 7:30 tip-off. So the next two games, Saturday night, February 4th, on the road at Wheaton. That's an 8 o'clock tip-off. And then 1 week from tonight, back here at R.A. Fagner Hall against Milliken. That's a 7:30 tip-off. As you see Nick Sanford limping off noticeably. Oh, boy, that is not a good sign, and I'm not sure if Nick is going to be able to finish this ball game for the Blue Jays. Eric Dornfeld, number 42, is going to have to replace Nick Sanford. 2:42 remaining. Sanford standing at the end of the Blue Jay bench there. You see him. Jerome Robinson, meanwhile, will have 2 free throws here. Obviously, big buckets from the foul line. Robinson's first free throw is good. Jerome now with 9. So Robinson with a chance to get into double figures, but more importantly, bring his Blue Jays to within 4. He cannot, but Zach Boyd tracks down the rebound. Blue Jays get it back, trailing by 5. Inside to Dornfeld, shot no good. Oh, huge miss. Gillespie with the rebound, and Kevin will walk it up for the Cardinals. Zach Boyd back on Raridan defensively. Gillespie is in trouble, and he calls a timeout. 2:20 remaining, a 30-second timeout taken by Coach Raridan as Kevin Gillespie was in a little bit of a trouble there. Good pressure defense by Deontay Foster. 64-59. 2:20 remaining, and you have to think that Coach Raridan is going to try to drum up a play for his son, Derek Raridan, trying to break him free. He has been on fire. As I mentioned, 26 points, 19 of them coming here in the second half. Zach Boyd has really done a nice job defensively, though, on him, and despite the big numbers by Raridan. And Zach will try to shut him down here the rest of the way. Gamble has done a nice job of playing with those 4 fouls. Remember, he came back at the 6:06 mark of this second half with those 4 fouls. Kamek now, pressure by Foster. Goal 3. They bounce pass it inside to Raridan at the elbow. 8 on the shot clock. Gillespie holding. Here's Raridan in the corner. Raridan trying to break free. He shoots and scores with Robinson all over him. 28 points for Derek Raridan. What a performance. 21 in the second half. Man, Cardinals by 7. Zach Boyd. Here's Foster, 1:41 remaining. Foster's 3. No, Robinson has it stripped, and Dornfeld fouled Raridan. That'll put Derek Raridan back to the foul line. And obviously that is something you do not want to do. Raridan is 9 of 10 from the foul line tonight. He's a 91% free throw shooter on the season. That was Dornfeld's second personal foul. So Raridan looking for points number 29 and 30 tonight. Nick Sanford back into the game, so it's good to see him shake off that injury. Still time left for the Blue Jays. 1:36 remaining as Raridan drills the 2 free throws. He's got 30. Tickness into the game. Tickness, Rosenberg, Gillespie, Raridan, and Goldthry out there for Coach Todd Raridan. 1:29 remaining and a timeout taken here by Coach Mark Scher, and we'll take a timeout here as well. 1:28 remaining. 68, 59 North Central. Back to R.A. Fagin Hall in a moment. Back to R.A. Fagin Hall. It's the Cardinals by 9. 68-59, 1:28 remaining. Foster, here's Robertson firing up the 3. Nope. Zach Boyd throws it back into Tickness. And the Cardinals will run some clock here. Up by 9 with 1:09 remaining. Gillespie kind of dribbling around, running down the clock. Foster trying to reach in, and he fouls Gillespie. And Kevin, a 91% free throw shooter. That's Foster's 3rd. And Gillespie will come to the line to shoot Oh, that actually, yeah, okay. Gillespie is going to come to the line here, where he is 2 for 2 from the foul line tonight. And I tell you, if you're a good team, you hit your free throws down the stretch, and that's exactly what the Cardinals have done here tonight. But Derek Raridan with a huge second half, as Gillespie is perfect with those 2 free throws. He is 4 for 4 from the foul line. And it's an 11-point lead here for the Cardinals. Their biggest lead of the game. We are under a minute remaining. Well, this ball game is going to be closer than the outcome, as Goldthry stole it, but he stepped out of bounds. CJ looking down at his feet and saying, okay. Cardinals led by 4 at the break, 32-28. They led by 4 or 3 most of this ball game until the last couple moments here. Now they lead by 11, 70-59. The lean-in shot, no good by Sanford. Rebound to Tickness. Gives it off to Gillespie, 35 seconds remaining. There's about a 3-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. So North Central will get away with the road victory here tonight. They'll improve to 14-6 overall, and they'll go up to 8-1 and remain on top of the CCIW. The Blue Jays will go to 500 overall, 10-10, and a game under 500 as the shot clock goes off here. They'll go to 4-5 in CCIW competition. Derek Raridan with a game-high 30 points tonight for North Central. And this one winds down, and your final score here from R.A. Fagenal Hall. The Cardinals of North Central averaged 71 points per ball game. Well, they had 70 here tonight, and they come away with a victory. They have now won 10 of their last 11 contests. And leading the way, Derek Raridan with 30 points, 23 of those 30 coming in the second half. Vince Kamek had 9. Ryan Broyles had 8 for the Cardinals. For the Blue Jays of Elmhurst, Deontay Foster had 11. James Robertson had 6. Jerome Robinson had 9. Zach Boyd was in double figures with 10. And Nick Sanford was the game's high scorer for the Blue Jays. He had 14 points. Brandon Grubel had 8, all of them coming in the first half. So the Blue Jays fall to the Cardinals tonight. Final score 70-59. Don't forget the Blue Jays will be back in action this Saturday at Wheaton to take on the Thunder. 8 o'clock tip-off. And we'll be back here at R.A. Fagenal Hall 1 week from tonight, February 7th, 7:30 tip-off against Milliken. So for Phil Petrusik and Glenn Liljeberg, Mark Kruger saying so long from Elmhurst. The Cardinals win it 70-59. We thank you so much for logging on to BlueJayTV.com. So long, everybody.